Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into my March 2020 forecast here. We'll be only going to be looking over my forecast. This could be nice and short. And let's not going to waste any time on our intro. And let's go to begin with the temperature forecast here. And it's very noticeable across a good chunk, about nearly two-thirds of the United States. We'll be seeing some above average temperatures here. That's going to be due to some high pressure that'll be happening early to mid March, and that's going to keep a lot of people pretty mild here. As you can see here, your high pressure placement is going to be a little bit more to the northwest, but the reason why there's a much of a cutoff here is because there's going to be an AO that'll be turning negative, and what that's going to do is bring in some troughing. So mid early to mid March, it's gonna be pretty mild for some of these areas here, like Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, even for some portions of the Northern Plains. But where the AO turns positive, I mean negative, you're going to get colder. So overall, it's going to be equal chances here. But where most of the warmth is going to stay at throughout most of the month is actually going to be across Kansas, Missouri, portions of Illinois, southern Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, the southern Appalachians, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, northern Louisiana, Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, and even Kansas as well. In that yellow area, that's slightly above average temperatures. It's not too big of a deal. Um, Again, with some of that high pressure will be building in, and yeah, just not too much to talk about with that. Where you have no color, that's EC means equal chances there. You can have some slightly above average temperatures, or you can see some slightly below average temperatures. That's basically what it means. Or you can say more average there. Kind of a little bit of a flip flop. That's what it means. These blue areas here, there's one area across the northeast. That's where we can have some slightly below average temperatures. There's going to be a couple systems that will try to come by early in the spring that could bring some snow chances up there. And it probably will turn warmer later in the month. We're going to see about that though. That's going to be in a uncertainty area up there. Uh, but anyways, across the northern plains in the northwest, that's going to be some slight below average temperatures here. And there's just nothing else much else to talk about with the temperature forecast here. So pick your state or area, kind of pinpoint, like for example here, above average temperatures or something up here. Like if you pinpoint here, so like below average temperatures. Equal chances is basically the same thing for your precipitation forecasts here. Um, I don't really see much of any dry areas in March here. There is potential areas for some dry weather. There's one area in like around New Mexico in western Texas. There's another area in kind of in Nebraska. There's a couple of the adjacent states there. May have the potential to turn dry. There's going to be some uncertainties in those areas. But the West there, it's actually going to be there's going to be a lot of things going on in March. We're talking about having a wet start that's going to turn to a dry end. That's why it's going to be equal chances. And for most of the West. Across the north in the Rockies, that's slightly above average precipitation. There, we're going to have a zonal flow for because of this high pressure they'll be building in across the central eastern United States. You're going to have a zonal flow across the north, so you have a few systems that will go by. I think they'll die down a little bit as they kind of get into the Great Lakes region, and I don't know why, but there should be, I should have added a connection here, which let me go and do that real quick while I make this video. Basically, for some of these areas in here, we'll also see some above average, slightly above average, I should say, precipitation there along the coast there. It's going to be wet for the first half. We're not 100% sure a little bit later on. I think mid-month it'll be a little bit drier, but it'll probably turn wet again later in the month as we start to get a more active jet stream. Kind of similar situation across the south here. Very noticeable above average precipitation around Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, portions of South Carolina, and North Carolina, and a good chunk of Tennessee there. Um, there's going to be a storm system that will come by that will bring us above average precipitation. Good news is it'll be turning drier thanks to the ridge, some high pressure that will create a ridging across central and eastern United States, but then it starts to turn stormy later in the end of the month, and that can increase some severe weather chances as well. And again, like I said, easy means equal chances. And it goes around most of the Midwest, the Great Lakes region, Central Plains there as well. And here's the overall forecast here. We'll start from west to east. Like I said, kind of along the west coast states here, it's going to be a wet start. It's going to be turning drier towards the end of the month. You'll have some ridging that will try to develop, especially across the desert southwest there. And you won't see much of any systems so come by for some of those areas in there. And in this white area here, that's going to be some bounce snow. More than likely, early to mid March, there'll be some Mount Snow going on around there. There's also going to be some rain, of course, in the not in the mountains, but towards here at the surface. I don't know what else you would call that, but there will be some precipitation, and there'll be a few systems that'll be kind of stuck in the Rockies here that are bringing a lot of Mount Snow to a lot of those areas in the Rockies. Across the north, that's going to be chilly conditions for pretty much most of the month, especially when you have a snowpack going on up there. You will have some cooler than average temperatures up there where you have the snowpack. This light blue area here, that's going to be mild early to that ridging that'll be building up. They'll be turning cooler late because of the AO that'll be going on. Currently, the AO is positive, but it's now going to be starting turning negative, which will bring in some cooler average temperatures across the central and northern plains and the Great Lakes region. And that's also going to can trigger some severe weather. This was a severe weather late that goes across western Kansas and western Oklahoma, northern Arkansas, northwestern Tennessee, most of Kentucky, most of Missouri, central southern Illinois, southern Indiana, and southwestern southwestern Ohio. That's where we're gonna see um where you have some like in the screen area here would be stormy late. As you can tell, they're dry mid and stormy early as well. That's where we're gonna see some above average sea surface temperatures, and it's going to create some higher dew points, so it's going to be a little bit more stormy. So you got that in place. You're also adding on top with the AO, so we have these two air masses coming together. You'll have severe weather in between, and there could be it could be active, even more into April. It could be pretty active here for some of those areas in the red, and those are not the only ones. People in the green here, like in the Dixie Valley, the Tennessee Valley, will also see some severe weather as well. I just don't have enough room to highlight there. Uh, in the orange here, that's going to be mild overall. You'll have some ridging. Probably across Kansas would be more mild. Same thing for Arkansas. But when you get to Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, of course, it'll be more warm. Probably will see some 80s down there, and across the north could be a little bit more like 70s. But there's going to be some uncertainties across the north there, of course. This light green area here, which it goes along from central Indiana through most of Ohio, West Virginia, northern Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and most of the western half of New York State. Pretty much more an average year for March here, but again, the East Coast might be able to see a little bit more weather than normal conditions. And in the blue area here, there's going to be some snow early. Models are already indicating some potentially some snow chances early in the month, so that's going to be interesting to watch there. But overall, really got to keep it on late in March into April because severe weather may be very active there. And that's probably going to be the main story towards late March. Mid March, it's going to be a little bit more calmer. Actually, much calmer for the central and eastern United States, where you have high pressure. Early in the month, it'll be storming across the southeast, and there'll probably be some precipitation going along the northeastern United States as well. But anyways, guys, this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this March 2020 forecast. If you all did like this forecast, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If y'all guys got questions about this, you can put in the comment section down below. I will answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.